is 8 in the morning, 8:17, and it's Monday, April 7th, and we are in for a very interesting trading day. So because the market is about to open at 9:30 Eastern, we're going to go ahead and get into the chart. So just some levels that I want to look at, because I mainly wanted to do this because a lot of people are saying that we are prepping for a bounce or a dead cat bounce. And I'm like, what indications are giving y'all, for a bounce to enter into calls of any kind, especially on this Monday? And I kind of understand why some of them are saying we are probably going to be bouncing and we could probably get into calls or scalp calls. Scalping and all that unnecessary risk on today is scalping to the upside, rather. It's, in my opinion, it's just unnecessary risk because we're probably about to see, not probably, but more than likely will see some extremely high volatility. And I want to say this too because someone asked about it yesterday. When the VIX is very high, okay, when the VIX is spiking up, the premiums on the plays, on especially S&P 500, will be expensive. Everyone was saying like, I'm not used to seeing SPY being so expensive, or I've traded SPY before, and the in the money options have never been in 1,000. Look, when the VIX is up, okay, that means that SPY is down, and as it spikes higher, the premiums will be much higher. Okay, so that's just something to think about because the VIX is up, what, 40, 45? Let me see. We have to keep a lot of different factors in mind when it comes to, so as of right now, it is 49, okay, 49.55. The VIX is spiking, and if you don't know how to use the VIX, you can use the VIX to kind of give as a guide for the S&P 500, because when the VIX is high, SPY is low, and when the VIX is low, SPY is moving up. What we're going to do is we're going to get over here and get into the charts really quickly. The market opens in about an hour, so I kind of want to look at what we already have, and I've already layered out the pre-market high and the pre-market low, and it's currently moving, so we'll just kind of see how it is from now to at least about 9:30. So if any levels need to be moved, you do that on your chart, and just kind of play accordingly. All right, so as you guys can see, the pre-market low we have here is 482.96. Okay, last night I was using TradingView, and I was pretty much running out some levels, forgetting to kind of go and look at the overnight market and see what was taking place. And SPY had already hit every level at the bottom that I was expecting it to hit. So I said, you know what? Well, we're probably gonna have to go back in the morning and rework my plan a little bit to kind of see what we're looking like. Okay, and so it hit 482.96. That's the low. As of right now, our high is 498.84. Okay, right up in here. So this would actually bring it down a little bit, but that right there is our high. Okay, so basically, when you're looking at your pre-market highs and lows, it just kind of gives you a general idea of the range that it may be working with. But because of the way things are kind of looking for the day, we may not exactly be in this range, because if it opens below 482, then I have this next level here at 481.41, and where it's going to come down. Now, let me show you guys really quickly why I believe everyone is expecting a bounce. Okay, this right here is on the weekly, and this is the very chart that everyone was putting screenshots of. And so you guys see this little area right up in here, this 504 area here. They were looking at this and saying, okay, we were here. We got some little level up in here. We could potentially start pushing back up. Not exactly, because we've already broken this level. Okay, we've already hit 482 in the pre-market, and so this right here sort of invalidates that level, especially if it opens below 482. I'm pretty confident it's going to open below 500. Okay, so you got this next level little piece here at 480. What is that? Let's see, 487.83, right up in here. Okay, breached. So it's like everyone who's talking about getting into calls, or we can probably expect a bounce. Even if we do get a bounce, it's still calls should just be off the table. For me personally, let me go back to the 5 minute chart. Anything under this 200, I am not looking at calls. I'm not worried about no dead cat bounces, no nothing. Okay, bouncy houses, nothing. Anything under this 200. Matter of fact, I have this 513 level up there. That if we were to get back over this, we could potentially see a slight run up, but I'm still not worried about calls as of now until there is a sense of we are finally moving our way into a recovery. Now, SPY hasn't quite hit 20% yet. 20% would officially put SPY in bear market. As of right now, it's at 17%. But I mean, hell, we at 17%, why not just push it on to 20? So we just got to see how that thing plays out. So anybody who was talking about, bounces, um, potentially getting into calls to scalp, all the volatility that's going to take place, that is some unnecessary risk. Okay. But if that's what you do, that's your business. So anything under this 200 is just nothing give the indication that calls are on the table at all. Okay. So what I'm looking for is to see it open below 482.90. Anything below 482.90, it will more than likely push down. The lowest level I have here is at 475.56. Okay, so 482.96, 481.41, and then 475.56 right up in here. All right. Those were some levels that I was looking to see it touch. And then under that 475, then we will probably more than likely be pushing down a little bit further. So watch your levels. I had another level down here at 460. That was just like if we just really begin to pour down. And seeing the way that the VIX is spiking right now, it's possible, but play the game accordingly. React to what you see on the charts. Be gentle. Um, if you are, looking for and expecting bounces, I would not be into that on today, um, at all. Okay, a call won't see my finger until the SPY gets back over at least 513. All right, so be gentle on the market. Do not blow your account. Don't risk too much or what you can't afford to lose. And just pretty much react to what you see. And when I say react to what you see, I know everyone is not into puts. I know everyone isn't a bear. Me personally, I play both sides. Um, and so it's, bearable. I pivot when needed. Okay. And some people aren't really comfortable with puts. Some people are, they're more comfortable with this thing running up. So if that is you, stick to whatever your rules is and do what works best for you. Hey, real quick before you go, my little black book of candlesticks pattern book has restocked. In this book, I pretty much have 50 patterns and candlesticks for you to be able to identify on the chart. Okay, it is everything from single candles to formations, double candle formation, and pretty much when it comes to your candles let you know what the next move is about to be on the chart. You identify patterns: double top, double bottoms, tweezers, evening stars, morning stars. All the works is inside of this book. So the link is down below in the description. Learn your candlesticks, change your trading game.